The antidote.
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 Y estás escuchando The Antidote.
The antidote.
The antidote.
The antidote.
You're listening to The Antidote with Dave Hawkins.
With Christian music that doesn't suck.
Million. I don't play no games. Richer more than a millie's what I'm really on. I ain't here to claim no fame. You got it? You got it? You got it? You get it? You got it? You get it? Holla at me if you with it. And you gon' get the sheets in a Millionic minute. Cooler than a polar bear toenail. Always been a winner, homie, no fail. Turn up, or you gon' get the sheets for the wholesale. I'm screaming grace over everything G-code. Never been ashamed, homie, we bow. Favor all my life, got me feeling like I might be me. I've been all across this globe. I've had paper, I've been broke. But one thing remains the same, that my God is in control. Nothing new under the sun. I've been dealing with this flesh for a long time. It gets dark in the night, but I'm swagging on these haters when the sun shines. I know they talking when I see them in slow, cause that's all I know. They patient, trust God, so the words, so that's all I grow. Call that seed time and harvest. Weighing in that water, I get that mic, it's going down. Ride shotgun with my father. Wade in that water, in that water. Out here with my squadron. Oh Lordy, talking when they see me, man, ain't even make a sound. So walking with my savior, man, I swear it's going down, going down. If I seem a little different, I'm just out here on a mission like I'm Indiana Jones, trying to make a difference in their lives, and I focus on the lies that they fed them. I ain't here to be a clone, I ain't that far gone, but I'm still 8-10 ready, but Cali's where I lay my head. See, I walk by faith and I rest in grace, so I spend a lot of time by my bed. Whether I'm 85 on that 5 or 65 all up on I-20, I'm just trying to reach them lies. That's from E40 to I-20. So please forgive my swagger, I'm just a sure that he love me. Got this fire inside me, and if I hush it gets ugly. Never been a game, he ain't never left me. And if they arrest me for his name, shoot, they ain't gotta cuff me. I can't lose, and I won't stop. I just can't do it, will, and I see you at the top. Yeah, sit cool in that PJ, I spin balls on the motor. If I gotta bum rise to get there, or I ticket on a Greyhound charter. Look, it ain't no secret that I can't no put in that work. Give me a mic and a towel, I promise I'm gonna go berserk. Wade in that water, out here with my squadron. Oh Lordy, talking when they see me, man, ain't even make a sound. Walking with my savior, man, I swear it's going down, going down.
A superb track called Way Down from the new EP from Sacramento hip-hop artist Milliyon. I'm Dave Hawkins, and this is The Antidote. That EP from Milliyon is titled Passion, and there's no question that Milliyon is passionate about the music, but his passion goes beyond the songs. It's his passion for Christ that drives him to record and perform. It's his faith that's the center of everything he does. I met with Milliyon about his music history and, of course, his faith. Here's the first part of that talk and the song Never from Milliyon's 2016 release, Long Live the King. Enjoy. Milliyon is a key player in the hip-hop scene, and he's joined The Antidote. It's great to have a chance for a talk with you.
Hey, I'm happy to have the opportunity to be here and speak with you guys as well.
You've been into the music scene for a long time, but you began by supporting other artists. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I actually started doing some writing and assisting other artists because I didn't really have the knowledge on how to be an artist. I was interested in it, and so I felt that the best way was to just learn from those who were already doing music and who were where I wanted to be, to learn from them and also be able to provide any assistance that I could. And so I had a pen, I was able to write, I had an ear for catchy hooks and really nice verses. And so I just began by just writing and helping others until I got to a point where I felt I was comfortable to do music on my own.
Then what was it that made you want to make the jump into recording your own music?
I just tried other things. My mom has always had me in church, and so I've always been heavily rooted into ministry. And so I was in different parts of ministry. I started serving as a audio visual tech, and then I went from there to drama, from drama to dance. And the thing that fit was music for me. And my church embraced Christian hip hop music and the art form of rap in ministry. And once I saw that on stage and I saw what that looked like, I felt that I could attribute something and add something to that could bring something different, and that would be great. And so I decided to make the jump from there.
That's excellent that your church supported you that way, because so many Christians struggle with the whole concept of hip-hop and rap fitting into Christianity.
Yes, and I understand that, and I get it. You know, even to this day, you would think that it would be widely accepted with the success of everything and the success of different artists, but it's not, and I understand that. And whenever I'm asked why or what is the thing that allows me to be consistent, it's simply results. Having the opportunity to tell people what God has done through this art form and seeing lives change, seeing kids tell me, hey, you know what, I was having a horrible day, but I prayed and then I heard this song and it really inspired me, or I heard your testimony and I'm walking through some of the same things and God has been able to do some things in my life. And so I'm a man about results. Everything I do is centered around results. And so when I see the results of the music and I see the results of the testimony through the music, for me, it's undeniable.
Well, you raised the point about hip-hop having many popular Christian artists, guys like Lecrae and Andy Mineo, Tripoli, and some people you've worked with, Canton Jones and James Fortune.
Yes.
Is hip-hop a key way to spread the gospel?
I think it is. I think it is. You know, in the Bible times, people who were speaking and they were the ones who followed. You know, if you had a great ability to speak and to gather a crowd and you had charisma, that was a way for you to be able to spread the gospel. And now we have this art form that is hip hop. And now we're able to use that in any medium to spread the gospel, be it movies, be it concerts, be it soundtracks, in any medium or any form. I think if you have an opportunity to reach large masses with the gospel of Jesus Christ, I think it's a tool that can be used, and it's a tool that can be used greatly.
This passion inside of my soul is on fire, and I may get old, but I'll never retire. No, never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. As we gon' take it to the top. Yeah. Never gonna stop. Ain't no way. We gon' take it to the top. They call me Milliyon. Yeah. Woo. Don't touch him on fire like a pyro. They could call it what they want, but here's what I know. What I know is quitting's not an option. Although them haters is heavy like Kiss, I'ma keep it rockin'. Ain't no stopping. Tell the DJ run it back. My guy played the QB and I just run it back. I'm always with the win, that's a running fact. I put it all on him like a luggage rack. From A-Town to Sacramento, motto. We stay high, no blunts and no endo. We go dumb, crowd surfing mosh pits. Unashamed of the king, no nonsense. Until I'm 120, oh, he take me home. I gotta tell him what he did, I can't let it alone. And call me Millie, my mission's to reach more. That other stuff ain't what I'm here for, no sir.
This passion inside of my soul is on fire. And I may get old, but I'll never retire. No, no, never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. We gon' take it to the top. Never gonna stop. We gon' take it to the top.
Yeah, all gas, no brakes. We skate, never separate you like the valet. 5-fold plus Trinity, V8, vibrate, shake like an earthquake. Guiding me like a Hemi, watch him navigate. Moving mountains with the faith, rock skate. You are now rocking with the best state paperweights. Blessed, leaving tread marks on them garden snakes. Mr. Hard in the paint, still going Dave, not a hog on the face. Gospel gorilla, I'm belling to the tippy of the Empire State. Steady shaking, rocking, rolling like it's stolen. Never slowing down, never throwing in the towel. Internal, inferno, royal, family network until its curtains bowing down, never out.
This passion inside of my soul is on fire. And I may get old, but I'll never retire. No, no, never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. We gon' take it to the top. Never gonna stop. We gon' take it to the top.
With yourself, much of your music carries the theme of revealing God's love and grace. Who are you aiming the message to, though? Is it believers or those who don't know Christ?
I think it's both. For me, it's believers, because as believers, we go through things and we constantly need reassurance and reaffirmation simply because of the way that life goes, of how good that God is. And for those who are lost, they need to understand that there is a God that loves them. There's a God that cares for them, and a God that wants to see the best happen in their life and is ready, willing, and able to open his arms and love them like they've never been loved before. And so I think it reaches both spectrum for those who are loved and those who need to be loved.
One thing with artists who have a very strong Christian message, I mean, it's easy to have the doors opened up for a church to support them and to play there. But it's not so common to have that happening when it's just in a club. You have any issues with that?
No, not at all. I believe that God has each one of us as ministers on different paths. And there are some artists that I know. There's a group out of California called Hog Mob. And there's an artist there by the name of Seven. And there's some other artists there, Bizzle. And they're geared towards more of that crowd. And I think that in the body, everybody shouldn't try to aim to do the same thing. I have done clubs before. That's not the meat of what I do. But there are guys out there who do that, and their whole life is dedicated to being in the clubs, being in those areas. Most of my events are, like you said, are in churches. But I also have a nonprofit in which I dedicate a lot of my time and my resources to the community. And so while I may not be in the clubs, I'm in the community helping kids and youth and young adults to better their life and showing them the love of God through philanthropy. And so I think that we all have different parts that we play. And I think that if we all get to it, that everyone will get serviced. And it doesn't discourage me at all. I enjoy it. And I enjoy seeing those guys succeed as well as they enjoy seeing me succeed.
Well, you spoke a moment ago about a nonprofit, and I think that sort of fits with every single artist I meet with. I mean, who's making money? Now,
right.
With taking on the name Milliyon, are you hoping to change that?
Awesome. That's a great question. Well, just to give you some history, my name used to be K Busy. I started in the year 2000. And it was a kind of era where those kind of names were popular. And so my name is Keenan, of course. And so I went with K Busy, and that was the name that I have. And my goal was to reach 1 million souls. I partnered with Canton Jones, and I came out with a song called Just Swaggin'. and I did some other songs with Canton, and through social media, the rise of YouTube and different things like that, we were able to reach 1 million souls. And so I felt like the goal that I had was maxed, and I wanted to come up with something that was bigger than 1 million, that I wouldn't have to keep changing. And so I coined the phrase Milliyon. Million means a number or value that cannot be total, tallied, or counted. So it's an immeasurable number. And so that's what Million means. And so that's why I came up with that name. And so my mission, as well as my name, is to reach an immeasurable number of people for Jesus. Now, on the money side, I'm glad to say that, I haven't missed a meal. I live a very good life, in my opinion. I come from nothing. A single parent household. My father was a drug dealer. He died at a very young age. My mom did the best that she could to raise myself, my brother, and my sister. And so I come from nothing. And so to be anywhere from there is great for me. I have a beautiful wife. I just have a brand new son. I have a wonderful house, a wonderful community. And I don't lack much that I desire or that I need. And so for me, money isn't the driving force for the things that I do. Because I'm not really in a position to where I lack. I'm able to make money when I go do shows and people buy product, and that's good. But my wife will tell you most of the time, I just reinvest it to make more music. I really have a passion to do this. So whether I get paid or not is really irrelevant to me because God really has taken care of me beyond my wildest dreams. And I'm just happy to have an opportunity to create music at this level. And if I was to get more money, my object would be to create music at an even greater level, because that's really what I like to do. I think people need to know how good God is. I think that the world is being drowned in messaging that is poison, messaging that is disappointing, messaging that is depressing. And I'm excited to have the opportunity to create an avenue and messaging that gives them hope, that shows them the love of God and points them to Christ. And so if I get more money, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to make better music, make more music videos, and do more tours. That's where the money goes, and that's what I enjoy doing. And so that's kind of where I am.
Here comes the title track from Milliyon's first album, I Live Millionic.
Okay! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I go by the name of the boy Milliyon, and I live Millionic. I'm so glad you're here. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. 'Cause we gon' ride. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. They call me Milliyon. I know for turning up. Well, I be getting on. A kitty be on a mission. They say I'm just going fishing. Shit, I just tell them play the song. And let me do what I came for. I'm breaking down the walls with a chainsaw. And some don't like me today, they come and care about it, homie, that ain't like me. I'm just on my Spike Lee. I do the right thing, kill the stage with the mic while I rap my king. And that's why I sing, and that's how I blink. Standing out of the crowd, taller than y'all me. Now I ain't never been scared, they can try what they want. But if you're standing in the back, I need you to the front. Enemies necessary, we gon' turn this out. When they ask this what life's about, there's no doubt. So, in the building, you ready? And if you're willing, just throw 'em up to the ceiling. Let me see you put your hands up high. Hey, put your hands up high. In the building, you ready? And if you're willing, if you feel that how I'm feeling, I got one more, and then I'm done, alright? Hey, put your hands up high. Let me preach. I live Million, and I ain't a new cat. Used to call me K Busy. I'm a little older now and a little more illy. Here's the dilly. Boy, Christ changed me, and they ask me why I do it, homie. Please don't blame me. I'm just blessed insanely, and His grace maintain me. I'm trying to tell the world it's just how He framed me. K-Show representer, I'm a world changer. Old Nat and Burnett like a Lone Ranger. Homie, I'm no stranger. I live this fake walk. Started in 99, I've been on this fake talk. I live it out loud, homie, I ain't perfect. From the life I could be living, boy, so worth it. And I'm so certain, it's just that good. So I spread it to the believers and the thugs in the hood. And I may never make it to the top of your list, but God love it, homie, that don't miss. So try this. In the building, you ready? And if you willing, just throw 'em up to the ceiling. Let me see you put your hands up high. Hey, put your hands up high. In the building, you ready? And if you willing, and you feeling how I'm feeling, let me see you put your hands up high. Hey, put your hands up high. I live Millionic. In the building, you ready? And if you willing, just throw 'em up to the ceiling. Let me see you put your hands up high. Hey, put your hands up high. feel it, let me see you put your hands up high. Hey, put your hands up high. I live Millionic.
All of your music shares this confidence in your faith, and you bring that out on the song Never Scared from I Live Millionic. Most of us are scared at times and do have doubts. So how is it that you're so confident?
Well, Never Scared simply talks about Jesus and about how I'm so dependent on him that it causes me not necessarily lose the fear, but lose the sting of fear, if you will. Being placed in positions where you have difficult conversations or difficult arenas that you're put in, like I mentioned before, and even I talk about it, Never Scared. It's not a problem for me to go to the disparaged neighborhoods. It's not a problem for me to go to the projects. It's not a problem for me to go to the clubs. This is not an issue for me. I'm not scared to proclaim what God has done in any avenue, in any aspect. And for me, it's not that fear is gone. It's that the sting of fear is no longer there. I'm so assured of the goodness of God simply because what he's done in my life. I started this walk at a very young age, and I got serious around the end of my schooling. And, I've seen God do some miraculous things. I talk about in one of my songs, I talk about my grandmother who was literally on her deathbed. We picked out the lipstick and the dress for her funeral because the cancer had just disparaged her body so much. And I went down to Atlanta and prayed. And, I really believe God. I really trusted God in this situation. And I'm glad to see that my grandmother is alive and well, and the cancer is gone, and she's gone through her treatments, and she's doing well. And there was no need for the dress. There was no need for the lipstick for the funeral because she's alive and well. So that's just one of the many examples of the things that God has done in my life. And so I'm constantly getting what my wife calls God winks, or reaffirmations of who God is. And that's really where my confidence stems from. And not only in my life, when I hear what happens in the life of others, it almost lights a fire under me to reassure me of how good God is and how faithful God is, even when we're not.
What if we flip that around? If your grandmother had passed away, how would you have responded to God at that point?
And I've had the situations of that as well. My faith and my belief in God isn't dependent on whether he heals somebody or not. My faith and belief in God is dependent on how faithful he is, because I don't know all. The Bible says we know in part, we see in part, we prophesy in part. And here's the situation. My grandmother is in pain, and I could selfishly be praying for God to heal her. I could selfishly be praying, God, I want my grandmother to live. I want to be able to spend time with her. I want to be able to love on her and show her how loved she is. That's selfish because she's in pain. And so God has the whole process in mind. He's the ultimate chess player, as I call him. And so he looks at the heart of what's needed to be done outside of our selfish ambitions. And the truth be told, if she was in that much pain and she desired to go, I would desire for her to go, even if my prayer was for her to stay, because I know that God has these things in his hand. And I trust him regardless, because he hasn't failed me yet. Whether it's an answered prayer or an unanswered prayer, God has never failed me. And I don't look at failure as this, hey, God, I need $5 tomorrow and I don't get $5, because he might be setting me up for a situation to where my faith needs to be increased. We don't know. But all I know is I've put my trust in him since I was about 14 years old, and I'm 32 now, and he's never failed me. And so that's where my confidence comes from. And I'm just reassured, whether a person lives or dies, whether they're healed or they're not, I know that God is in control. When we place him in control, when we give him the fullness of our lives, and he hasn't lost one yet.
Yeah, I live Millionic. See, it's time out for those timid, quiet, not saying nothing type of Christian. This year we turn up. Leg out. Yeah, I ain't never been scared. My guy before me, who should I fear? Not a talker, not a hater. We just show him that love and introduce him to the Savior. We fighting in this honor. Disrespect us if you want, but we stay ready for that drama. Ready and prepared. If they want it, they can get it, homie. We ain't never scared.
Let me preach.
See, confrontation don't scare me. I'm prepared, I can see him from a mile off. I'm aware, I'm ready like a runner. Right for you, hit that pistol. So point me to my target and I'm at it like a missile. See, I'm going in cause they ain't talking. Said I couldn't do it, so I'm water walking. I'm on that and I'm banking. I'm 6 seconds, I ain't scared. It's time out for them talking out the side of they neck. This here's kingdom takeover and I'll take that back. They wanna diss my daddy and think I let it slide, but tell them playtime's over cause the cavalry's arrived. Who we represent, one name, full clip with great aim. Hit the loss, do or die. Life change, oh that's a bullseye. No weapon they can pull or make me shiver, and I keep it Milliyonic, so I'm always gonna deliver, Yeah, I ain't never been scared. My guy before me, who should I fear? Not a talker, not a hater. We just show him that love and introduce him to the Savior. We fighting in this honor. Disrespect us if you want, but we stay ready for that drama. Ready and prepared. If they want it, they can get it, homie. We ain't never scared.
Yeah. Somebody cover me. I'm going in. Go.
4.5s and AKs and Mac 10s don't move me. Go. I stay deep like kingpins and mob boys in the hood. I ride good, I eat good, I sleep good. I'm tucked in. I great slip, I faith walk. I'm blood out and I'm blood in. In case you ain't know, they call me Young Million. On a mission for the lost and I go dumb silly. Catch me in the PJ or the coupe. I'm on full throttle, sipping on that pure Milliyonic. Got a couple bottles. This ain't a game, partner. I'm tryna get them all, so I bang harder. I just keep it 100, so they ride with him. And they rep the king, so they side with him. Nothing they can do, they try to get me done. I started at the finish, the war's already won. They asked me what I pay for me to get it, how I go. I told them the cost is how much they can get it for the low. Yeah, I ain't never been scared. My guy before me, who should I fear? Not a talker, not a hater. We just show him that love and introduce him to the Savior. We fighting in this honor. Disrespect us if you want, but we stay ready for that drama. Ready and prepared. If they want it, they can get it, homie. We ain't never scared. We ain't never scared. We ain't never scared. We ain't never scared. Ready and prepared. If they want it, they can get it, homie. We ain't never scared.
I suppose I should tell you that The Antidote doesn't have an evangelical aim, and I also air all kinds of different music styles on this radio program. You already told us about what your music is about, but should there also be a place for music from Christians that's just simply for entertainment?
Yes, I think that there is. If you look at the Christian hip-hop spectrum, there's music that is strictly for entertainment. And I think that a lot of the artists that are coming out now are creating music that is strictly for entertainment, just out of the culture and what it is now. I'm like I said, I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 86. And so I came up in a different era where the messaging of the music was more on the forefront. And so that's what I come from. But even some of my songs, I have a song called Hands High. I have a brand new single called West Go Crazy that just released from my album Passion. And these are really just fun songs. Now, for me, I can't not talk about the goodness of God. And so in the song, even though they're party songs, I still talk about the goodness of God. But the vibe of them is real party, real turn up, real club friendly. that's really what these particular songs are about. But I think there's definitely a place for party music and people who just want to, turn the music up and drive on the highway without having to think, about deep theological things or even in that aspect. And so I do think there's a place for entertainment intertwined with great messaging. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Milliyon, and you've got the antidote.
Ask me how I get in that space. Tell them that I'm walking by faith. Tell them it's that living by grace when they see the smile on my face. And I ain't saying I ain't seen rain, but I'm pushing past that pain. I came here to handle my biz. Y'all already know what this is. Well, hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high. Yeah, I know this ain't what you used to. A new kid on a little bit of old school. I'm just partying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not the star here, I'm just the interim. Good God, I'ma cut this rug. Your boy got free, they don't pull my plugs. Pardon my swag if I act a fool. I ain't got time to doubt, I got mountains to move. Oh, he never let me down. And I'ma tell this whole wide town. Run and tell him what he did for you. May not be the way you want him, but he always come through. Tell him that I'm saved by grace. And no, I don't deserve this place. But long as I got a mic to speak, I'ma yell it in the streets. So. Ask me how I get in that space. Tell him that I'm walking by faith. That's right. Tell him it's that living by grace when they see the smile on my face. And I ain't saying I ain't seen rain, but I'm pushing past that pain. I came here to handle my biz. Y'all already know what this is. Well, hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, up. Two. Look, I don't have a reason why he keeps blessing me like I don't deserve. Except his grace is renewed, always on the ready like the army reserve. Cause I done seen nights so dark, but it pit so deep and there's no way up. Locked up in the back of that car, in the front of that barrel, just for trying to be tough. Now my life looking sorta like a movie, hope you got your seat. Ray Charles to the haters and the doubters, I don't see defeat. All I'm knowing is I'm covered by the blood everywhere I go. Make way when I hit that flow, it's time to go. Oh, this is beautiful right here. Oh yeah, so special. Let the band play. Told Jones you a fool for this one. Let's go. Ask me how I get in that space. Tell him that I'm walking by faith. Tell him it's that living by grace when they see the smile on my face. And I ain't saying I ain't seen rain, but I'm pushing past that pain. I came here to handle my biz. Y'all already know what this is. Well, hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, hey. Hands high, way high, up.
Everybody likes a party song. That was Hands High from Milliyon. On the next part of our talk, Milliyon speaks about his music style and will bring in the title track from his just-released EP, Passion. We've been speaking a lot about your back catalog. You also have the new EP from Milliyon is called Passion, and it's just released. I've heard that Passion is the first of an EP series that you're putting out this year.
Yes, Passion is the first, and I'm excited for the different portions of this EP series. There's another one coming in the fall of this year that I'm really excited about, and it's called Limitless. That's pretty much what the music is going to be from a genre standpoint. It will be limitless. It's nothing that I've ever heard done before, but again, as Long Live the King, I Live Milliyonic, or Passion. Limitless is really talking about the limitless God that we serve. And my thought process was that through passion, we speak about a limitless God. And so when you hear the genres of music and the collections of how the music fits together, the messaging is all talking about the goodness of God. But I want people to know that when they think about Christian music, they shouldn't necessarily just think about hip hop. There's reggaeton music, there's pop music, there's country music, there's blues, there's all kinds of things in which the genre of Christian music can be infiltrated in. And I tried to paint a paintbrush of all of those palettes, if you will, in the second installment, which is called Limitless.
I'm just having a really tough time visualizing you doing country music.
Well, I try to stretch myself as an artist and grow the audience with me. And so while, I try to stay in my lane, I would try to grab someone who maybe is a little bit better at country music and have them do the country music part, and we kind of blend it together. And I'm excited for people to hear it. I'm excited for people to hear all of the different songs, and I think that people will enjoy it. The few close family and friends who have heard it are really excited, and they want me to put it out now because it's just so crazy and yet it fits together. And so I'm excited about it.
Well, you raised the point that every artist's music is going to evolve, or at least it should.
Yes.
I've heard some of that change come through on Passion. I mean, each of the tracks are so smooth. You're never hesitant about evolving your sound?
No, I'm not. I'm very, very open. I've always been a very open and creative person. I started listening to people like Bach and Beethoven as my first introduction to music. And then from there was a group called Bone Thugs and Harmony. And that was actually my second introduction to music. So imagine the spectrum of Beethoven and Bone Thugs and Harmony. And so for me, the paintbrush is very broad. The color palette is wide. And so I love the opportunity to test out those colors. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm glad to say that, everything that I've attempted has been successful because I try to stay in what I know that I can confidently do. I don't try to stay in other people's lane. I try to stay in my lane. Tell people all the time, you stay in your lane, it'll be less accidents. And so I try to stay in what I'm comfortable with as well as stretch myself and let other people be great at what they're great at.
Yeah. Hey, Kenny, I need you to put the all on this one. I gotta hear this. Hey, lighter fluid living. Boy, they couldn't stop me if they wanted to. I'm just here to get them to the throne like the stomach flu. I've been going fishing while they all on intermission. On my mission in the kitchen, hope you catching what I'm pitching. 24/7, I never go in sleep mode. Out here in the field, easy winning. Cheat code, you ain't gotta like it, but respect it ain't an option. They looking for one, I'm out here trying to run a Boston. Nothing they can do, I'm too committed, it's a done deal. I've been screaming Jesus till they tell me it's the last meal. You don't understand, I shouldn't even be here. When he pulled that trigger, I thought that I would leave here. But he Yao Ming blocked it. Fresh off the plane and I'm asking where the block it. Cause I got the rock, I'm here to push it like Pablo. Gotta catch 'em all, you already know the motto. Something like a pilgrim, I ain't even from here. I'm just passing through to tell 'em about the sun here. So be clear, it's no fear, I don't flinch. Front stage, first class or bus bench. I'ma tell 'em how they hung 'em like a t-shirt. What he did and I'll point him to the research. Wasn't just a man with a bunch of charisma. No Muhammad and no Buddha and no Krishna. Died for you knew your name. Healed the sick and gave legs to the lame. He is why I'm here, yeah, this ain't no acting. Every single day, homie, this is my passion. Took me from the slums, bomb car, life fresh. Husband and a daddy trying to tell you I'm blessed. They looking for peace, boy, look at this face. I ain't bragging, I'm just bragging that I'm covered by grace, my Lord. Who they think they fooling with? MC Hammer, boy, I'm too legit. Ain't no other way I know we're doing this. Chris Ballheim coming with the new assist. Switch on the line, so I think I'm Chef Curry. Trinity in the plus, so I only cook curry. Always on guard, you ain't never got a word. But my wife on 10, hallelujah, hollaberry. Grace all over, I'm getting it how I live. Trying to get a supply, I'm always looking to give. Pardon my past aggression, since I made that confession. They saying I'm never stressing, but Jesus is such a blessing. When you walk by faith, then that life get good. I'm down all night, give it back to my hood. Try me on this life, I wish they would. Couple Peters on the squad, just in case they get shook. wanna give your boy a shot. Now I'm in the Hemi, and I don't need to see me. Trying to tell them all about the rob. Ain't no denying we go. I'm swagging, you feel like I'm gone. Say he bragging, he wrong. But I don't care, boy, I've been here before. I'm sure of this race that I'm living. Yeah, blood wash, I'm forgiven. Yeah, I ain't talking about religion. Nah, pay attention, pay attention. Yeah, see this in my eyes, boy, it ain't a game. I do it for the people, you can keep the fame. I tell him what he did till I see the sun. I call him on the music, you can keep your gun. I call him on the music, you can keep your gun.
Milliyon brings in the question, who am I, on the Passion EP. That comes across to me as sounding pretty personal, something that you experienced yourself. Can you tell us about the song?
Yeah, definitely. Who Am I is a song that is a very personal song. And I wanted to ask the question, who am I from the standpoint of as an artist and as a person? And then I wanted to ask it from the standpoint of asking someone else, who are you? And so in the first verse, I addressed myself, and I addressed myself as the artist. And I kind of give myself the hard talk, just reevaluating who I was and what I'm doing it for. And, there was a point that I was very discouraged because I felt that the music I was creating should have been able to get me opportunities to have conversations with bigger artists and be able to join teams with other artists. And, that didn't happen for one reason or another. And so I addressed that in it. And so that was a moment where I had to just check myself and have a conversation with myself and really look at myself in the mirror and ask, who am I? And on the second verse, I had an opportunity to be at an open mic, and I met this young lady, and I saw her express her gift. And it's almost as if I could feel her pain and feel the things that she was going through. And so I didn't get a chance to encourage her and give her some encouragement at that point in time, but it stayed on my heart. And when I wrote this song as if I was standing in front of her, giving the encouragement to her, but not only to her, but to every female who has struggled with identity issues, who struggle with acceptance, who struggle with love. And I wanted to give them the encouragement and tell them who God thinks that they are. So when they're looking at themselves and they ask, who am I? They don't see the person in the mirror. They see who God sees them as. And that is beautifully and wonderfully made. And so that's really what Who Am I is about.
I ask myself, who am I, who am I, who am I? Every time I look in the mirror, I just shy away. Who am I, who am I, who am I? What have I become? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who am I, who am I, who am I, who am I? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who am I, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who is this in front of the mirror? Dear you, I've been gone for a minute and I know it's been a really long time. I'd be lying if I told you the reason we don't talk is cause we've been in our grind. Truth is, we don't talk no more cause I know you don't really wanna listen. You've been out there with your squad, every bit of all trying to tell me I don't know what I'm missing. But I know you missing, trying to fill a void and that hurt with the temporary one night moves. Feeling like you winning in a moment, only later realize you lose. What happened? They show no love and lies saying we all the same team. Yet when they saw you on the set or you hit them on the hip, they wanna act like they don't know what that mean. Was it cause they clicked up and because of your church, they don't wanna give you no shot? Was it cause you won't back down, never played no clown and stay true to the rock? Goonies never say die. They make it hard, but we gotta keep pressing to the finish. If they never sign you, never get behind you. Stay true to the mission, ayy. You know they come, they go. Some stay, some friends, some foe. But my God will never leave you. He's there, sleet, rain, or snow. Look, Millie, I hope we catch up soon before you get too far. If you never spend time with yourself, how you gonna figure out who you are? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Every time I look in the mirror, I just shy away. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What have I become? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And let me Girl, I mean nobody should ever hold you back, girl. Girl, you so somebody. You're not your past and you're not your mistakes. You're everything you wanna be, girl, you so great. When you open your mouth, oh how they stop and listen. Situations ain't nothing to boss, girl, ayy, get on your vision. Look, your neighborhood is bleak. Just shine your light, try to knock you off your feet, but you gon' fly tonight. Don't let that fear define you. Don't let your past remind you. Your future's bright as stars. Tell them haters get behind you. No daddy ever loved you. So many nights you cried, but I know one that loves you so much that he bled and died. The apple of his eye, diamond in the rough, set you amount to nothing. I'm here to call they bluff. Your struggle's temporary. I came to tell the truth. He's here to fix your damage. Let him repair the roof.
Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Every time I look in the mirror, I just shy away. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What have I become? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who is this in front of the mirror? Who is this in front of the mirror?
I've really been enjoying hearing Passion, but there is one point that the EP sort of disappointed me. When I saw the song title, Can I Get a Witness, I thought you were going to give us a Marvin Gaye cover song.
Oh, if I could get that clear, that would have been awesome.
Obviously, that's not what the song is about, so maybe you should explain it.
Right. Can I Get a Witness is simply talking about, we've all been through things that we thought that we would never make it out of. And then once we make it out of it, we are overcome with a feeling of humbleness and a feeling of greatness that says, I made it out and I'm so excited. And I know that not only I made it out, but others made it out as well. And so being able to tell people about what God has brought me through, it's the opportunity to say, you know what, I made it out. Can I get a witness? And that's really what this song was about. And I had the opportunity to minister is a strong word, but I had the opportunity to kind of tell my story and tell what God had done. And, when you come out of that, it's that feeling and you say, you know what, that was so awesome. And can I get a witness is simply saying, can anybody else feel me? So I guess that's a church term, a way to be able to say that. And she says, can I get a witness? And so Eris Ford was the lady who featured on that. And her song and her voice and those smooth tones was just able to kind of bring that thought and that process out.
I've seen some things that felt like a movie, but unlike some, did nothing move me. But I'm still standing tall through the turbulence I've flown. They say what you reap you sow. I guess I got a second chance to tell the world. Can I get a witness?
Tried to pull me down, they tried to hold me back. They sat around wishing I would fail, hoping had to fall flat on my back. But I ain't never been a quitter. I ain't never been the type to try to run from a struggle. I'm the one they looking for to run in the huddle. So where am I to go when I'm the one that's in trouble? Oh, what a different position. Feels like I'm dying and there's no physician. Didn't keep my eye on the eye in the kitchen. Far too concerned with fulfilling my vision. I just wanna run, fall, emotionally scarred. One black and mild or a drink from the bar. Something I'm begging to quiet my pain. Why do I feel like I'm going insane? but I serve the one that said he never leave or forsake me. And know sometimes it gets hard, know my past ain't gon' never ever break me. So call me what you want, judge it if you must. I done spent 13 years with this mess, but I praise the day he set me free from that lust. Yeah, the day he got me out of them chains. How the people bondage thinking what they gon' say? How do your favorite rappers not returning my calls? How do all them haters trying to talk through my walls? How the disappointment, how the hurt and pain. How I wanted to change but remain the same. Never was good enough for they so-called clique, and I'm knowing the ones who feel me, ones who feel like this. Yeah, oh my God, no more hurting, no more tears. I've been clean, I'm set free, and how we conquered all my fears. Yeah, they failed, yeah, they left you, but I'm here and I ain't budging. I've seen death, I've seen life, I've seen cancer. Oh, that's you got the whole world in your hands. Said put your faith in me, and so I canceled all my plans and gave her my ID. So now I'm pushing through these storms, and I don't care how vicious, cause his grace is all we need. I'm out here, can I get a witness?
I've seen some things that felt like a movie, but unlike some, did nothing move me. But I'm still standing tall through the turbulence I've flown. They say what you reap you sow. I guess I got a second chance to tell the world. Can I get a witness?
It may not be Marvin Gaye, but it is a great song. Can I Get a Witness from the Milliyon EP, Passion. Next week, The Antidote heads into metalcore and hardcore when we go for a talk with Church Tongue. And you'll get the chance to hear about how crazy this band really is. But I'm not going to give away any more details. You'll just have to tune in. I want to say that I really admire Milliyon for what he does. You don't often meet people who can inspire others the way he does. Milliyon brings in more about that on the final part of our talk and the single Pulse from the Passion EP. See you next time. I want to close this up by asking about the single Pulse from the Passion EP. Does that song really sum up what Milliyon is all about?
Yes, it really does. And that's a perfect song to end it. Pulse just talks about, how Jesus is my everything. You can't see my heart beating, but you can see the result of my heart beating from my pulse. They don't say, oh, is he dead? Check his heart. No, they say check his pulse, because a pulse will let you know that the blood is flowing. A pulse will let you know that the heart is beating, and how fast it's beating, and if it's beating correctly. And, you may not be able to physically see Jesus in my eyes, but you will be able to see the results of what he's done in my life through my pulse. Jesus is my everything. And so that's really what that song is talking about. And there's literally no part of my life that doesn't revolve around him.
Do you think that people will be passionate about passion?
I hope so. I hope that they hear it, and I hope it sparks a passion inside of them to either get to know God, to give him another chance, or to reaffirm the relationship that they had with him. Because many people have, for different reasons, they may not be a Jesus fan, or they may not be what they call a religion fan or a Christianity fan because of their experience. And so I hope passion allows them to open their heart, open their ears, and just kind of see what God has in store for them, and give them another chance, or reaffirm the relationship that they had. And so that's my desire, that the passion is started, the fire is lit, and that they have an experience when they listen to Passion.
Thanks so much for coming for this talk, Milliyon. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to speak and the opportunity to share my record with people.
Look,
it was you that brought me out. Oh, you. Tell me, without you, where would I be? You're the pulse to my heart. Couldn't go a day without you. I don't need nobody.
I gotta keep it 100.
I don't need nobody.
I don't need nobody but you.
Only, yeah.
You're my one and only.
That's why you're my
I'd be lying if I said you wasn't everything. Everything to me, how you love me so. When my light didn't glow, when my debts got high and that bread got low, when my life wasn't right and I had nothing left. Good Lord, I promise you still kept it. I'm grateful, so grateful. My mama told me at your weakest he's still able. Look, I'm just trying to pay the cable, but there ain't nothing to the king. He sent his only son to take a charge for a thug. Yeah, the example of real love. My walk ain't been no crystal stair. 40 cal by the bed, I'm just gripped with fear. Trying to come up on some food, ain't enough to share. But I still ate, and you were still right there. David and Goliath, Samson and Delilah. No matter the issue, you've always been my provider. Spending time with you is the only thing I desire. Never leave me lonely, the definition of ride. Hey, tell me who you gon' call on? Who ain't never lost one yet? Hey, who ain't never been wrong? Who created you looking better than Corvettes? I don't need a bunch of Facebook likes, just my face in your book and my life's alright. Just a stage and a mic, just to scream all night and tell them about your grace and your plan for their life. It was you that kept me, you that saved me, you that filled me mashed potatoes and gravy. But food ain't enough to compare your blessing, so I just spend my days confessing that it was you
that brought me out. Oh, you, only you, yeah. Tell me without you, where would I be? You're the post to my heart.
Hey, don't feel me though.
Couldn't go a day without ya.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody. I don't need you were there from the start,
from the beginning.
Yeah, that's why.
Let me
That's
preach.
why you're my post.
You hear that? You feel that? So when they ask you what a real life, the very heartbeat of love, you can reveal that? I can't even keep quiet. Look, I can't keep this a secret. Peep it, this is better than the weekend. A love so sweet, you would swear you was sleeping. Hey, but don't get caught slipping. Gave me this life and I'm still kinda tripping. I know I don't deserve this love, don't deserve this grace he's showering from above. Don't deserve this peace, but yet still I observe it. And he reminded me I could never deserve it. That's why he calls it a gift, cause when life get low, you could call it a lift. They come, they go, he still remains. I done been switched up, but he's still the same. They wanna put him in a mold, but he made the frame. They told me it was rigged, but he made the game. Yeah, and for that I owe him everything. From the dudes on the corner with the name chain, to the girls in the club getting payouts. Hey, let me tell you, there's a way out. And you know the kid wouldn't lie to you, cause I'm all for the bread like a pie dealer. Look, but I know there's more. Try to run to the finish, you were made to soar. Look, so if you ain't heard nothing, Jesus is the realest overall, no bluffing. If the mission gets tough and they leave in fear, hey, I'll be good right here, cause it was you. Yeah,
that brought me out. Oh, you,
it was you.
Only you, yeah.
Let's go.
Tell me without you, where would I be? You're the post to my heart. Couldn't go a day without ya. I don't need nobody else but you. You're my one and only, yeah. That's why you're my post. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why you're my post. Yeah. That's why you're my post. You're everything to me, oh God. Oh yeah. That's why you're my post.